and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together. So much of things that we need to see about. Surely I do have to spell them out. Cause you know as well as I do, the only way is put in more effort and less play. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build.
All rise. All rise. The Street Council is in session on the Street 919 FM.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon once again, Trinidad and Tobago.
Now the election back and I'll die away.
Yes, we are back.
In short, this is what I have to say. Let us forget spites and grudges and concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to relate. Because now, more than ever, we must show.
Just about 12 minutes past the hour of 2 o'clock.
To build a strong and better nation. I say,
seeing the phone line already ringing.
In
Take this one. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
And good afternoon to the panel, and good afternoon to Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes.
Listen, I have a concern in respect to one of those phone service providers, right? These self-service providers, right? I don't want to call names. Right? I travel over almost 2 years now, and they give me a bill on some data and whatnot. They say that I used up, but where I had made requests that they cut all my services until I return.
Right.
However, I came into the country and I called when I went to pay my bill. I explained whatnot, and I made a report, several reports, and I keep making reports, and nobody seems to reply back to my report. Is there consumer services still exist? An office consumer service?
Yes, they do.
All right. In going along with the evening, could you tell me where I could find them and so like?
All right, no problem. We'll definitely share that information with you.
Okay, as soon as I could get that information, I like to proceed on this thing because it's over a year and something is going on, and there's no address nowhere to go to get address whether it be B-Mobile, Digicel, or anyone in these outlets currently.
But you did try to reach out to them
on numerous occasions. I have all my tickets where I launch, the account numbers, everything, and they're not reaching back out to me, and I just want to come off of their services, and it's like they're holding me to ransom by doing what they're doing.
Which color in particular are you referring to?
Green.
Okay.
All right, so you could definitely call them there's a toll-free hotline, which is 800-4277.
Yeah, I call them. That's how I get to launch my campaign, and they keep giving me a ticket and launching and saying in 48 hours they would make contact, and they're not making contact.
What about email? Have you tried contacting them via email as well?
No. It makes no difference unless you have somewhere to go directly in front of them and play. Because I spoke to one of the officers and one of the outlets, and they told me they record everything, so they will have everything in the data bank, right?
Well, you could also probably try and visit them as well. I know that they are located in Nicholas Towers in Port of Spain.
Okay.
That's their main office. And you could probably try to liaise with them directly by meeting someone and at least getting a name. So at least you could refer your complaints and make it clear that you give your complaint to John Doe, and hope that they definitely do a follow-up and at least give you some sort of clarity.
Well, I'm going to one of the offices in Westmore now, and they say they have a manager there.
Right.
My wife have a supervisor there, and she explained to them, and she said, well, come in and have a chat with her, and she would see what could happen from there. So I'm going there now to see what is going to take place.
All right, well, definitely give us an update. Let's know exactly what's happening.
I appreciate if you could also pass on the information about the consumer affairs as well, if you could, please.
All right, no problem. We'll do. Thanks a lot for your contribution, member.
Thank you.
I think I heard this. I think he called us with a similar issue not too long ago. I feel like we've heard from him before about this similar issue.
Okay. Give me a second. One second.
And production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the.
Turn just a little bit.
Yours. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, great.
Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation.
So to the authorities at Consumer Affairs, please look into this matter. So again, I want to say good afternoon going out to all our members locked on, all our members via YouTube and Facebook. Good afternoon going out to you guys. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend that the Street Council is on. Hashim and Papa Anderson.
Really going with his name, huh?
Yeah. I was just looking
joined
on Amazon to see if it is that I could get my Obia kit. I'm seeing here that I could get candles as well. Things looking good, man. My business looking up.
You get a stick? You get a stick?
For somebody who not really in full support of my new career, please give me a chance now.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. So when I show concern for you, all right, no problem.
Right.
No problem at all.
So if you guys need any assistance at all to read the future, read a palm, to see if it is that Wendy's will win another, will win a game, please contact Papa Anderson, and I'm going to give you all that information. I take cash, links, and also I accept credit cards.
You're not sweating rice.
Even if you have a flat screen TV, may or may not be yours, I'm not sure. We could always have a conversation, right?
You're not sweating rice.
No sir. And also, if you have any, if you want any information to get to anybody and you don't need a drone, I know persons who coach pigeons and kobos, those whisperers who could get the job done. All right.
We need.
That was a paid advertisement.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I'll be checking the coffers of the station for the payment on that one.
So we said that we would definitely dive into emancipation. This week is all about emancipation, the holiday coming up, and definitely we wanted to share some information and have a conversation surrounding some of the information that would have been put out there by the goodly minister, Miss Michelle Benjamin, and also where it in reference to monies being given to the organization for them to have their annual celebrations and so forth. So tell me.
It is currently an ongoing dialogue, right? Some of you may have seen the statements that was made in the Guardian, I believe it was, where Minister Benjamin, Minister for Culture and Community Development, called the Emancipation Support Committee of Trinidad and Tobago to account, stating concern over how it, quote, spend the allocations received and its tangible returns to the public. She pointed to poor public turnout at this year's Lejasu Umawali Emancipation Village, suggesting either dwindling engagement or failures in the committee's outreach. She claimed that the efforts raised in question about whether raised consciousness has dropped precipitously, or if the organization has not been doing enough to bring these desirable returns to the public. But here's the thing, Anderson. This whole statement was very much in contrast to her warm reception at the opening ceremonies of the village just on Friday.
Right.
I was there. I watched her remarks and on her interactions with the committee, and so this statement was definitely one out of left field. But even since then, she seems to have retracted on some of these statements, stating that she is moving forward, and in open dialogues and discussions with the support committee. The head of the committee, Ms. Zakia Uzoma. Oh, well, let me make sure I'm saying her name properly. I just had it in front of me. I'm so sorry. Zakia Uzuma Wadada. Yeah. Yeah, they have not made an official response because of the semi-retraction that she has made. But now it's just like putting mixed signals out there in the community. Her predecessor has criticized her decision to make a statement at this time. We called it very scathing. And the timing just days before emancipation, he calls it very insensitive and embarrassing. So there's now a lot of mixed feelings floating in the air when it comes to emancipation and the committee. Now, speaking as someone who has people on the inside of the organization, I know for a fact that these people work tirelessly from the top of the year, as particularly after the end of Carnival. They are working almost around the clock to get this event up and running. They have open forums and pre-events that lead up to the official opening of the village. All now, as we speak, the village is open to the public. There is a day camp going on now for children to come and interact and learn more about African heritage, be it through fashion, clothing. They're teaching them African martial arts, and every night there is a different event going on in the village. So to see this statement come out from Minister Benjamin's camp after a very warm reception is very much out of left field, and it's just left a lot of people really wondering about the state of the committee at this time. I'm not sure. It always feels like every time it has something to do with our diaspora, there always has to be some tinge. There always has to be some sort of comment made by someone somewhere, that puts a damper on what the celebrations are supposed to be about.
Well, I mean, based on her first release, I mean, it outlined things that should be done to improve the celebrations and so forth. I saw that she had an issue with the entry fee, the lack of collaboration with the wider African diaspora, and need for greater stakeholder relations. I mean, it's just part of it would be the timing, boys. Like,
and that's the thing. That is the thing for me. Why would your office make a statement like that right in the middle of the festivities? wouldn't this be something that you address beforehand, like several weeks, even like 2 months beforehand, or after the celebrations have concluded? But right in the middle when we're observing the festivities, and they are full steam ahead, pushing forward, trying to promote the space, the culture, and everything, and smack dab you make this statement right after having given a warm reception at the opening.
And part of her statement, she mentioned that they're focusing on 2026, and to me, like, that was like that's like a car without no brakes, boy. Because we already focus on celebration for 2026.
For 2020.
So you're saying that what we're not gonna really, I mean, when monies is concerned and whatever, we're not really gonna focus so much on it for 2025. We will put all emphasis on 2026. It to me it was a bit like a car that, as I said, without any brakes. Some would say probably, some of our members might say no, they agree with the goodly minister. Some may also say they don't. And this is where we, obviously we invite you guys to be a part of the conversation. Let's know exactly how you feel about it. Was the minister timing? I mean, I would agree that there's always room for improvement. There are always room for us to be able to do better and to be able to achieve more. The celebration, obviously, for us to be able to upgrade with the time, probably add on certain things, make it more exciting, make it more make it more innovative to the point where you're going to be able to attract a further audience, persons who probably lost interest, try and reconnect with them. I can understand all of that, but timing is everything.
That's the thing.
Timing is everything, and I just it may have come across a bit bittersweet, you know. But what do you say? What do you members say about it? How do you feel about it? What is really emancipation? What does it mean to you? Not to point out any ethnic background, but what does emancipation itself means to you? Because people still debate about and I think we had a conversation around that time with Indian Arrival Day, person saying it should just be Arrival Day because all of us arrived,
which is not the case.
Yeah, but what does emancipation mean to you? As a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, someone who celebrates this holiday as well, what does it mean to you? Was the minister divulging this information at this present time? Was this the right timing? Do we need a timing at all? Does she need a watch?
Sometimes no. Everything needs a timing.
Right.
There's a time and place for everything. We all know this, right? So, what a statement like this in the middle,
and they would say that only goes for some persons. Some persons alone had that timing, but a minister probably doesn't.
Who said that?
I'm just saying. Would it be that some persons, that's just the timing that they believe that is the right time here? They have that authority, they have that responsibility to bring the information.
If it's anybody that
probably
has
land
timing.
on her table this week. Probably the information land on her table this week.
Well, if it land on her table this week, I think I wouldn't think she would try to redact what she has been saying, because she has since come out, since that initial statements, saying, other things. While there may have been differences in tone or language, I want to emphasize that our dialogue with the ESCTT has been ongoing. So she has pulled back on some of the statements that were initially made. She said ministry remains fully committed to working alongside the committee as we have from the very beginning. She said that her ministry has committed 1.4 million to the organization for this year's Emancipation Day celebrations. So yeah.
But then why come out first and say what
you said?
Is an issue, whatever, and then come out and say that you're
and saying what you said at this current time. I understand that this new administration is working uphill,
Right.
given the state that the country was in when they started to work, but there were certain things there were certain statements you can hold for later, for later. You know,
think Miss Benjamin probably taking part in one of the dance, because it could be a dance.
A dance, you say?
Yeah. You know, emancipation, they have all kind of different dance and so forth that happens. So probably her tone is a dance. You know, she say this now and she's saying something different. Probably this is just part of the theater.
That's a very confusing dance.
Well, you never know. You know, you beat the drums and you're waving your hand, one going left, one going right. I'm not sure. I'm just making some assumptions here that it could be a dance. But let's get our members involved. Those numbers, 3420081, 4665391, and let me just play those rules for you guys.
Members, we invite you to be a part of the conversation. Please be mindful and remember our house rules. Be respectful. Keep your contribution under 3 minutes. This house is open to everyone.
Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
No, joining you all, Aki, on what's it about?
We were referring to the comments made by the Minister of Culture regarding the Emancipation Committee. She had made some comments of calling them into question on different things, allocations of funds, poor marketing, and such. And you know, this is on the heels after having a warm embrace with them after the village has opened, and she has since kind of backstepped on a few of the statements she has made.
Okay, then look, Clapton Bay.
Sorry, say again?
I say Clapton Bay, look.
All right,
So
thank you.
Thank you so much, member. Well, good afternoon. Going out to all our members locked on in South and Claxton Bay and Mr. Claxton Bay himself. You know, let me take this one. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Dr. Anderson.
Well, you say it's Papa Anderson now, you know, President.
You know what I'm not going to tell you, a.k.a. Papa Anderson.
No, just hold on a minute, member. Hold on a minute, member. Member, hold on just a minute. Let me see. This is president. This is president. Yeah. Well, you see, it working.
Wow.
It working.
I may have a little work for you in time.
Nice.
But not today. We're going to talk about emancipation today.
All right, okay, no problem.
Good afternoon, Dr. Dream.
Good afternoon, Mr. President.
Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Good afternoon, God. Omni-existent, oh God, truth. All right, and let us have discipline, tolerance, and production in the street council while we appreciate one another with all contributions that come, because all contribution is good. All we have to do is to sift and take the best out of the rest. Thank you, Papa God, for the privilege of that you do what I ask as you are in the Constitution. Okay. Now, we go into emancipation, because we don't want to talk about Papa Andy right now. We're going to talk about this emancipation business that the minister bring up. Unfortunately, it had to be the minister of this government presently, I would say so first, but whatever I said, I wasn't there. But according to what I heard on the radio, if anybody find it untimely, well, so be it, put the emancipation to fault so that it had to come up to them now. Because many times we have been saying that before, that they're not holding a proper consciousness of what we find should be an emancipation committee. So it's only these 2-3-4 days that the voice big party in the savannah to pull money out of the grants they get it. What they're doing with the grants that we could say they're promoting a liberation for African people? Have they had an institute that each and every week, every other day? I remember and push themselves nice. It had reasons why it didn't so stand up as today. Maybe the same reason. Because when we want something, we forget it next 10 days. But I had to say as a man who wear my gong of African to show that I am African, keep the African in my mind all the time to know that. So what they're showing we, I ain't say they're not there. They stand up long, they been getting money from governments, I don't know governments, for the longest while. What they have to show for that money for real? They put on any kind of school, institute, so that something that, what they call them, a museum or some kind of thing that we could be there regular books and they put on that. It was only on Emancipation Day. They're looking to show up progress. The woman could be right, whoever that is. Could be untimely. But we've been saying it for the longest time. Emancipation. Even so, like we say, they're not moving from the type of encourage people to acknowledge liberation. Yeah. But anyway, that is why I have to say the mayors who have to say what they have to say, because the truth is the truth. Where are we going? As the slaves we are, I know that, but we're not doing nothing about it seriously. Tell me where we're going. Everybody could talk now. Thank you very much. The Dream, Mr. DJ, not DJ, Dr. Anderson, and thank you, Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you so much,
Thank
member,
you
for your contribution. So basically, President is saying the information had to come out, so it's out now. You know, it's not so much about the timing, yeah.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
And again, what does emancipation mean to you? You know, to you, our members. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Is enough being done to celebrate emancipation? When you hear the monies that are normally allocated for these different cultural events and so forth, is every penny being accounted for? Is it being well spent? Do we really need more accountability, as the goodly minister would have mentioned?
Here's my thing though. We know that this is an annual event. We know that emancipation comes around once a year. It is literally in the calendar of holidays every year. August 1st. The date doesn't change. Right? So we know leading up to August 1st, you know, when your children come out for the Java, that first half, you know that emancipation is coming around. So there are going to be things put in place. It happens every year with the blood, sweat, and tears of the people in this organization. And they put their best foot forward every time to make sure that there is something there to expose to the public. This is something that you know, right? Even if you may not see anything going on, this is something that comes around every year without fail. How many of us are really taking the time to actually head to the savannah? Because we know where the village is each and every year, right? August 1st, there's always a big parade in Port of Spain. Right?
Yeah.
So how many of us in the public are actually taking the time to actually invest into looking into what they have to offer every year? Right? Because there is marketing. I've heard the advertisements, been hearing the advertisements for several weeks. Right? Not just because I'm on the radio. but also because I keep my nose to the ground. There are programs that they put forward, you know, youth camps, different symposiums to learn. They invite people from the continent to come and experience the festival. There are people that have come here and have literally called the celebration of emancipation here in Trinidad the biggest celebration of Africa outside of Africa. From people that came from Africa and experience it here. So they really do their best and go above and beyond to make sure that it is an event every year. But how many of us are really taking advantage of that? Right? It always seems to be the same group of people. We have the people, our peoples here, from the different African communities that celebrate different traditions, be it the stick fighting, the shelter Baptist, or Yoruba, whatever. Right? But we expect them to be there. What about the everyday man? Right? The working man. Again, there is a whole holiday for this. Particularly those of you who live within the area or commute to Port of Spain regularly. How many of you actually take the time to observe and see what is going on? Because it's not just the African continent that they highlight, you know. They highlight the African history of Trinidad and Tobago, where they display so many of our iconic men and women that have contributed to our history over the years. It is a full tapestry on display for you to appreciate your country more. And how many of you really take that time to appreciate that?
Some might say now it's kind of difficult for them to go because in the evening when they probably could get the time off of obviously they finish their normal 8 to 4 job. Now there's a fee attached to it, and the minister spoke about it in relations to I think it's a $40 fee.
It's a $40 fee.
I believe that children under 12 are free.
Are free completely.
But they were speaking in reference as to other cultural events. Let's say, for instance, Diwali. You know, Diwali is literally they put a great show or a great event together surrounding Diwali at the Nagar in Chagonas.
Okay.
And I think it's...
And is that on the day itself?
I could be correct. I stand to be corrected, but I believe it's for a week. It could be about either a week or 2 weeks before Diwali. They normally have that Nagar celebration where a lot of different companies, a lot of different persons within the Hindu religion would come together. And I'm talking about the green network, the red network. There's so many different persons that come together, chief brands,
and then that's the thing, you know. In the midst of all these comments that the minister made, you know, she's still trying to encourage corporate and private groups to reach out to support the emancipation events. But how you expect them to reach out after you made such, you know, scathing statements?
But you see, the thing is, I think what she was saying too is that what I was trying to touch on is that like for instance in Nagar, there's no fee attached. You could enter the Nagar at any given time within the celebrations, and you could literally leave there with bags of goodies that you didn't pay anything for, because they would have so many different corporates, as you mentioned, that would give away samples and have different promotions happening, all surrounding Diwali and so forth. And they're just saying, based on the fee that you have to now pay to enter, and based on you know, the accountability at the same time, you know, because it's the same way the government would obviously give money to the Hindu community for them to be to obviously be as a contribution or as a contribution to be able to host the event. it's the same way that they would give a contribution for emancipation and so forth. But you're seeing a difference as to the cost factors, and then there's a fee for you to enter versus, and I just use Niagara as an example. It's literally free, and as I said, you could go in there. You never went to the Niagara?
Nah, I haven't. All
right, well then, this year, God spare life, once there's something, we should definitely make a trip there. But
for sure.
It is one of those religious events that I have to say it's very enjoyable. I mean, you learn a lot as well. Then there's the sale of sari and you name it, all the different Indian wares
foods
and so forth. Well, the Indian wares,
foods and the clothes, yeah, right. Okay,
right, and then you have the sweets. We'll talk about the sweets and things. So it's a full. Now, I to be honest, I can't remember the last time I visited the village, and you mentioned it there a while ago. And since we are on the eve of emancipation, basically, I think that I need to make it my business and definitely probably visit the village, because
you should.
I would be guilty as one person that has never visit the village in a while, but I think I could tell you the last time I visited some other events. But yeah, we have to obviously show the interest.
Yeah,
you know,
of course.
Because if we don't, then obviously traditions will be dying. You know, let me take this one. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome. Traditions will be dying. You know, let me take this. Hi, good afternoon,
yes, good afternoon, DJ Anderson and Jim. Happy Black Emancipation Day.
Hi, good
afternoon, member.
But Jim and DJ Anderson, so you're talking about the Wali Naga, and them have a home as their own. The Emancipation community, they have a home as their own. Well, and every year we renting tent and going about yourself and there.
Right.
This man from Cameron. What you do for what you do for the Emancipation community? We just only hear them coming out every year when they want money. Look at the Honorable Dr. Christopher Rowley, see disappointing the black communities. So why didn't give you a big piece of land like a build something like the Wali Naga? We could go and show the art and craft right through the air. We had to talk about the right thing, boy. The last government, the quote, I'm going to say this black government, they call long they run this country. What they do to black people, to afraid black people. And the best emancipation speech I get from Anna Roberts. Anna Roberts talking, man, it's true. Play that speech. The young people hear it. For black people, up here, they fear black people. I go on. Bless.
All right.
Remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build.
Now to be fair, right? To the last caller, there are lands that have been allocated to the government for the African community, like the spiritual Baptist land. Right, so you can't full on and bold-faced say.
Well, they say the village has land as well. Huh?
Yeah, they do, and the government has given facilities for the for the Emancipation Committee.
But what are we doing with the land? We just mining the land. What are we doing with it? If we're not putting anything on it, what are we doing with the land? We just waiting for what? CPEP to come and cut it. URP, hire two boys and tell them plant some pak choy, and they're not even doing that because they have some agricultural land as well. So, what are we really doing that when these lands are given to these organizations, and yet every year they come in asking for thousands and thousands of dollars? Let me take this one. Hi, good afternoon, member.
Good afternoon, boys. Good conversation. If you are in another, I don't know about the land, if the government give it for what. But the building was built by the Hindu community. It was built by the Hindu community. That maybe take about 10 years, 8 years to build. to build. They build piece by piece by piece. They put the Shiva, and then they put the other one there, and so they start little by little by little. The Hindu community built that. Yes, I don't know about the land, but I know that they didn't used to give money to carry on in that day. Government didn't used to give it. There's and Sharma, and then the committee and some of the business people, they used to carry on. And they have a Creole boy. They have a music group by the name of Anthony Batsu. He together with them, and he's singing classical and things they too. You know? And my heart's about board. I think the government used to give them some time, because many times I hear that man say they never get no money for the Diwali. So the Diwali never thing, but that's run late at that amount of days. I don't know if they give now, but they never used to give. That is why they just run that. They just run it for 1 week.
It's 1 week.
1 week.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
1 week.
I can remember. I thought I said it could have been 2 weeks or yeah.
I don't know if they just charged to go in.
Nah. At least I think I have that down pack. I know for sure that there's no entrance fee. You'll be able to enter the Nagar, and you could literally walk.
They have no entrance fee.
Yeah, you could literally walk from one end straight to the next, and you literally could leave there with market bag.
And the Hindu organization does have a police group, a whole company that have that to secure the place, the car park, all them things. That is great. Yeah, but I don't know for now if they ever, but they never used to get no money for this. And they build it for themselves. Government ain't have nothing.
All right, Granny, we have some bills coming up, right? So we gotta pay those bills. All right, thank you so much for your contribution, member. So listen now, you know the member mentioned that, and I just started to remember that there's so much more. You know, it's like the Nagar and Diwali that has grown on person so much that every year it seems to even be getting bigger. And again, it is really what it means to you.
Yeah.
Like what Diwali means to the Hindu community, what emancipation means to persons who understand what their ancestors would have gone through.
And that's the thing. I think
the meaning behind it.
I think in that respect, a lot of people in that community have lost a lot sight.
Yeah.
You know, and really forgotten what the true meaning of what emancipation really is. I don't know whether it's because we have so many holidays on the calendar. Maybe it is literally just it's just been lack of passing traditions down.
This thing called Diwali has gotten so big that even Mr. Inshan Ishmael, who has a compound there which is for the Muslim community, he actually on particular days would allow persons to park up for free just to be able to go to the Nagar because of parking, extra food. They have a big plaza there. They would allow persons to park up. And just as what the member said, there's so many different companies and businesses there that would allow persons just to park up to be able to go to the Nagar. It's so huge because back then, people used to park on the highway. But it used to be so dangerous because there used to be so many accidents and persons crossing and so forth. So you're seeing the development and you're seeing how it has grown. And the same way that has been able to be their story, the emancipation story, could be the same.
I think so too.
We as a population, we as persons who believe in exactly what it means, should be able to do more. So we're going to pay some bills, and then we're going to come back in our last and final hour. What is not a crime but should be considered a crime. All right, so you guys keep it locked to the Street 919 FM.
So do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
Are you searching for answers to life's questions? Those things that disturb and concern you the most? Why all the wickedness? Why the suffering in the world? Will it end? Who is responsible? Well, if so, join us right here on The Street 91.9 FM every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. with Brother Samuel Gooding and Roland White, where we open the Bible and find answers to all these things and more. For it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God.
This is the voice of Tuzia Seventh-day Adventist. We are preaching Emergency Alert broadcast, which is from the Tuzia Seventh-day Adventist Church. We will be featuring voices of brethren from different parts of the world, preaching the gospel, preaching prophecy as it relates to current events and the ending of the world. Listen to us on 91.9 FM every Sunday from 9:05 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Sundays. May God bless you as you learn the truth. In Jesus' name, amen.
Are you tired of scratching the surface? Do you want to understand the real forces shaping Trinidad and Tobago? From the delicate dance of our energy sector on the global stage, to the geopolitical shadows behind the crime affecting our streets, we dig deeper. The third umpire goes beyond the headlines. We connect the dots between local challenges and the international currents that truly impact your life, your wallet, your security. Join Stephen Matheson, Selvin Mitchell, and Ronaldo Rollux, 3 employment law and human resource management consulting professionals, as they unpack the complexities, analyze the power plays, and reveal the often hidden realities. Understand the game. Understand your role in it. The third umpire, critically analyzing Trinidad and Tobago's economic and political realities on how they affect your daily lives. Tune in Monday to Friday at 4 p.m. on The Street 919 FM. Don't just listen to the news. Understand it.
This summer, Pizza Hut is bringing the heat with a deal that's too good to miss. Get 1 large pizza plus cheesy breadsticks for just $135. Pepperoni, cheese, Hawaiian, and more. Pick your flavor and make it a Hut day. Dine in, carry out, or get it delivered. Get your Hut deals until August 31st only at Pizza Hut. Now that's delivering. Light up your weekends at Vibes Nightclub, Tobago's hottest spot. 3 epic nights of music and energy await every Thursday. Karaoke Thursdays. Kick off at 8 p.m. with free entry. Grab the mic, unleash your inner star, and sing all night. Beers on special for $10, 2 Campari for $25, and giveaways for the best singers. Every Friday, Limers Fridays. Kick off at 8 p.m. with free entry. Vibes with your crew and enjoy beers on special for $10, 2 Campari for $25, and 2 White Oak for $25. Every Saturday, Raw Saturdays. Everything goes, nothing but good vibes. Free entry and an all-star DJ cast to bring the vibes. Vibes Nightclub is where Tobago shines. Join us Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for music, fun, and unforgettable nights. Don't miss out. Your weekend starts at Vibes.
Come shop at the biggest African market in the Caribbean with its African-inspired art, craft, jewelry, clothing, books, delicious food. We're at the Queen's Park Savannah, transformed into the Lidjasu Omuale Emancipation Village for the 2025 Pan-African Festival TT, commemorating emancipation, July 25th to August 1st. Also, enjoy jazz, pan, calypso, reggae, dance, drumming, bois, art exhibits, and for the children, the African Heritage Camp and workshops. The village opens 10:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Free admission before 3 p.m. Just $40 after. Kids under 12, free all day. Bring your family, your friends, your vibes, and let's celebrate the 187th anniversary of emancipation, our heritage and future together. The Emancipation Support Committee, shaping sustainable futures through reparatory justice.
Planning your Tobago getaway? Choose the highest Google-rated car rental company on the island, O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago. Located just minutes from the A&R Robinson International Airport, at O'Neill, we pride ourselves on being the most tech-savvy car rental company in Tobago. Our process is 100% digital. No paperwork, no long lines. From easy pickup to seamless returns, renting a car in Tobago has never been simpler. WhatsApp us now at 1-868-361-1042 to book your vehicle. Don't forget to mention promo code RADIO2 to receive a 5% discount on your rental. Send a WhatsApp message to 1-868-361-1042 today. That's 1-868-361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago, the easiest, most reliable car rental experience on the island.
Vehicle availability is subject to change. Driver must be at least 25 years old and have a valid driver's license to book. For more information, visit www.rentalcartobago.com.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning on the Street 919 FM radio. Here my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Champlain, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on the Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
They're not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
All rise. All rise. The Street Council is in session on the Street 919 FM.
nation back and I'll die away.
Hi, good afternoon again at Trinidad and Tobago. You know, for a moment,
forget fights and grudges and
I'm coming back into the show, but I don't know why I say hi. I can now answer in my cell phone, right?
Wow.
Yeah. But to all our members, good afternoon again going out to you guys. Welcome back. The Street Council is in session. Hashim is here with you guys along with Anderson, aka Papa Anderson. I'm feeling so good, boy. I put through my order. So they're saying that I should receive my stuff within a week.
When your class is starting, that's what I want. When you're getting your certifications, that's what I want to know.
You real out of line, boy. You real out of place.
I
you
want people
me and asking me about my credentials.
Yes.
Where were you 9 years ago when I?
Wow. Wow. That's where we going.
Let me say good afternoon going out to all our members via YouTube and Facebook.
Remember,
I'm seeing Miss Arima. Miss Arima, how much times we give you that number, Gil? 342-0081-4665-391.
And I know you calling in the show already. You're supposed to save that number.
What's wrong with you, girl?
Come on, girl. Come on, girl. Better than that.
Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, Papa Andy.
Nice, Papa Andy. Nice.
Hashim the Street. I just want to say something about the what you were talking about with the NCIC, what they call the National Center for Indian Culture, and with against emancipation.
Right.
So I believe that Diwali was celebrated in Trinidad around the Indo community before it became a public holiday, right? In fact, in India it is called Deepavali, right? And it is a spring festival. But it has the NCIC has a more structured architecture than the emancipation.
Right.
Now, emancipation came out of a holiday. I don't know if anybody could correct me, but I never knew emancipation activities before it became a holiday. I grew up in a time when it was Discovery holiday, and all I knew that holiday, the big activity was the Great Race from Trinidad to Tobago. I knew only Mr. Solo and those poor boats, Brand Bowen and this thing. So I never really participated in an emancipation day, like on the streets, parading and things. But I was invited once, I think it was 2009, and I went in the village there, and I look around, and and that's what I could say about Emancipation Day. But it is a situation that, you see, we need like a center for different ethnic studies and things in Trinidad from the university, right? And we need to pay particular attention so that so no set of persons or no group will feel the annihilated or the discriminated. That might be a too strong word, but that's not coming out. But and that is how it is. We live, as I tell people, we live in a what they call a heterogeneous society, where we have two major groups. They call it in academics, they call it a plural society. And it has a lot of pros and cons, So Trinidad, not Tobago. Tobago is what they call a homogeneous society. So that is all about. I just wanted to get the pronunciation correct in terms of Diwali. It is really called Deepavali, and it is a spring festival in India.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for always giving us some great information.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Mr.
Other people comment on it because I grew up in the times of Discovery.
Right.
Discovery. Yeah.
All right. Thank you thanks again, member.
Yeah. Before we go on, guys, don't forget, right? The Jasso Mawali Emancipation Village is open every day until August 2nd. So today they have Youth Day that has been going on. There's Rhythm and Voices of Africa happening right now. There's the Shikamu Calypso concert going on tonight at 8 p.m. Tomorrow Rhythms and Voice of Africa again, and the tribute to Karega Mandela, which will be taking place at 7 p.m. And Thursday is the Transatlantic Trade and Investment Symposium, which will be going on all day long until 4 p.m. And the Pan-African concert, which will be taking place Thursday night, that's Emancipation Eve at 8 p.m. Yours truly will actually be in attendance there, so make sure you come out and check the village. It's gonna be a vibe for sure.
Nice. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Yes, good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, Miss Arima.
So we're talking emancipation, right? Well, I think emancipation is a day for, all who celebrate it to, reflect and so take part in the activities. And that's what I think about emancipation.
Right.
Now, what I just going to say something?
No, you go ahead. Listening.
What I want to say is people talk a lot about, the black people in this country. They don't have no what's the word, boy? No tradition, all these traditions, laws. But they don't study and remember the part with the history telling you that when the slaves came here, everything was taken away from the Africans, right? They couldn't practice their religion. They got licked. They had to hide. Even if they have to name the children, they had to hide. They couldn't even name the children those names either. So I don't know whether going and laughing at the African people here concerning these things. Another thing, they would tell you that we don't have anything. They have to remember we came here without anything. We didn't get no land. We never get paid. And the Indians came here. I'm talking history right now. The Indians came here 200 years after slavery, after we developed the place together with the white man. They came and they met it easy. They couldn't even talk English. It's the African slaves had to teach them English. The ones who were slaves, sorry. By that time they came, it had no slaves. It's we who sit side by side, hand in hand with them, and teach them to talk the English, right? So all this kind of insult that has been given us, it's given our black people, is a great form of, disrespect, ungratefulness. And I would like other black people to learn the history so that you could explain yourself when people start to throw things in your face. Let them know we came here with nothing. We never get paid. Some Africans, the smart ones, they run away to the east and they grab land. It's had who stay and continue working with the English in sugar factories in Port of Spain and so on. And I could go on and on. So all who want to talk about the Africans in health, this is why we don't have much. But when you look at it, it's we who run in this country, right? When I say running, it's we who working for the government and the private sector. Everything is mostly the black people in most of the military, the soldiers, the military, the police officers, the protective services. Okay, gentlemen.
All right, thank you so much for your contribution, member. Gosh, afraid to take this one. Hi, good afternoon, member.
The volume down. You're not afraid.
The volume down.
I get a pattern. I know you are call. I said, we come here with nothing. So you will die and live with nothing. And we was the first that slaves come here. You said East Indians come here and we teach East Indian and them. And them topping the education system. Them are the only Wali Naga. I was talking about the Baptist thing there. Who give the Baptist to that piece of land? Not a black man. Who give me that piece of land up in Tree City there? Not a black man. And a black man take it away. So don't tell me that was the old downfall.
Alright.
I don't know that she can't go around emancipation coming to you.
Alright, member, alright.
I don't know part of African people, but
alright, thank you, KFC.
Thank you, member, thank you. Oh Lord.
These are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
KFC, I want you to call in and give me some insights that don't involve that. Like when we wasn't here, and I heard you giving healthy contributions. Do that for me now, cause we brethren it. Do that for me now. Do that for me. Them say you don't like. Them say that's the only thing you can talk, and I know for a fact that is not true.
Concentrate.
You never know. And some persons might say the man bringing the facts. As I said that, KFC tenders just landed. Hot and spicy and extra crispy and non-spicy. 3 pieces for just $29.95. Feeling hungry for just $10 more? Make it a combo with your favorite sides and drinks as well. Plus, this Java we continue chilling. We chasing the crunch, dip it, dunk it, or drip it. It's all happening at KFC. It's finger licking good.
And the good meals just keep on coming this summer, guys, because Pizza Hut is also bringing the heat with a deal that's too good to miss. Get 1 large pizza plus cheesy breadsticks for just $135. Pepperoni, cheese, Hawaiian, and more. Just pick your flavor and make it a Hut day. Dine in, carry out, or get it delivered. Get your Hut deals until Independence Day only at Pizza Hut. Now that's delivering.
Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Yeah, good evening, Dream. Good evening, DJ Anderson. Man.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, sir.
Yes, these are cool. I miss all the guys, man. All the traveling in the Caribbean, all of us
traveling is one way to put it.
No, I wouldn't use you with traveling, huh? He's traveling for that kind of thing. I ain't with that. Nah. We were just under the weather.
It was a journey, huh?
Yeah, we were just under the weather.
Yeah. Thanks, all the guys feeling good, man, through the grace of God. So I want to wish everybody in Trinidad happy Emancipation Day. But I hear a call, I just called in and see 200 years after the East Indian Indians come Trinidad, what year slavery was abolished? They just talk about history and they know history. In 1833, slavery was abolished. And the East Indian indentureship, the first shipment came in from the Fataria that was in 1845. So I want to know where they're talking about 200 years. That call.
I want to say in their defense it's probably 200 years after the concept of slave. Like we were slaves before, but they didn't come until centuries after that. You know, even though it was it was probably a few decades after it was abolished that they actually came, but they didn't. But basically, what they were trying to say is that they didn't come during a time of slavery.
No, I understand what you're saying, but we're talking about when slavery was abolished and when the East Indian indenture coming. You see, this is where we had to get correct, because young people listening in, and this is where we're lacking. You have to know your history and where you come from and where you're going. So where the point we're trying to make in 1970, when they had the Black Power movement in Trinidad, they stand up for equal rights and justice. Equal pay for all. The black people couldn't work in the bank. The Christianity was profound in Trinidad. They didn't want the African to contribute to the religion, so too with the Indian, right? So let me get that clear. That is how it was. They didn't want none of them to practice. But in 1917, the Black Power movement, they stand up for equal rights and justice. They stand up for equal pay. And what they did, what did the PNM do? They signed amendments, right, to stop the Public Act and to stop protesting to get free, equal rights. And so you see, the thing is, you don't blame one race and it's division we have so on. We have to come out of this. You have to look at the history, because when they stand up in 1970, you guys maybe remember in history, because you couldn't work in the bank, a black person couldn't work in the bank, a black person couldn't get a promotion, a black person couldn't get that, and they stand up for it. And after what they did, they signed amendments a legislation to stop protesting and to kill that. After that, it was there. So who is to blame? We have to stop blaming people and start blaming the who was in power. All right, guys.
All right, thank you so much for your contribution, member. Yeah. Now, my thing, we could go back and forth with you know, how many years now slavery has been abolished and so forth. But the issue at hand is what can we do to bring more awareness to emancipation? What we could do to better uplift our people, instead of we always pointing fingers as to where it went wrong. What could we do to make it better? What you as an individual, you as a person, what could you bring to the table? What ideas you may have that would obviously continue to uplift emancipation.
And that's the thing, you know, Anderson. We can sit here and talk and point fingers all day, every day, but at the end of the day, it is the people who are aware of it that make it what it is, you know. Right? Just as how you say how the Diwali thing has become such a huge part of, you know, the Hindu community.
And I don't even, and you know what, I even want to go beyond that, Hashim. I don't even want to just say the Hindu community, but Trinidad and Tobagonians, you know.
In general, yeah.
It's in our DNA, you know. You don't have to be a Hindu to light a deer.
Right.
There is no rule.
You don't have to be
you don't have to
be an African
you
to
could
go
wear,
into the village.
Yeah, you could wear a sari, you could wear whatever gong, and you could go and celebrate with your neighbors, with your friends.
Exactly.
I am not a Hindu, but I go to many families, many friends who would invite me during the activities.
Of course.
And I have aunts who are Hindus. And I would try my best on that particular week, 2 days before. I try not to eat any fresh or whatever, not because I have to, but I normally would try to give a little hand sometimes in doing certain things.
Right,
and I know that obviously you cannot be, you know, dealing with certain fresh and whatever. And I really just want to give her a hand because I just really go for my belly, and I'm gonna be honest.
Of course.
She makes a wicked Karaili. I know you don't like that, Hashim, but I love my Karaili and my Dasheen Bush and Boss Up Shot and so forth. So yeah, and Shatine. So I definitely go and try to help her as much as I could. Same thing goes for Eid. You know, I have friends, I have families who they obviously are part of that and that their beliefs, and I do the same thing. You know, so I think just as emancipation, if it is within your DNA, if it is something that you want to be a part of, then what is your valuable? What is a plus, something that you could add that is going to be valuable to the celebration and to help to bring more awareness to the holiday itself. Hi, good afternoon, member.
Good afternoon again to the Street Council.
Afternoon again, President.
The Public Liberation Order. Liberal Independent Body as a member. Okay, I heard a bit, and I want to say that even the last brother who come in and make a proper constructive criticism with the date, he went well and all to make sure that a wrong statement involved. Because we had to recognize when we were in slavery, when we came into slavery, and when the abolishment, and that was good correcting our situation there. Now, everybody, even my brother, let us talk about how he is quarrel, but you see how I had to love him KSC, because you hear how serious he talk and straight he talk, because it is the reality. Whatever it is, the process of the emancipation thing right now, it is a customary thing. Okay, we don't have a problem with it. You know? In fact, I remember when I used to go in free. Now they have to pay. But everything nowadays, people have to pay. So I don't mind if they get a grant and they fix up a thing for emancipation. I don't think that is a problem. And if people have to pay to go in, well, they make a little money. Everything is to make a little dollar. Else we go live poor. I can't look at how the Naga culture people, and if them people that pay their own money too, they don't wait They don't wait for government. We just end up in a position where we just get a grant and thing, cherish it, and do something too. We talk about we had a land that they had to take back on our country. And the land for so long as far as I've heard. So what we did with it today, money every year and all them kind. These are the things we talk and we are vexed about today. Whatever the conversation come up economically about the emancipation committee, we've been talking that all the time what they're doing one, so it come up again today. Well, we just pointing it out, and the day maybe is the best day to point it out too, but the thing will stop with that. The only thing that will slow it down really is the price to go inside, but many people are almost sure. Many people ain't have time with that. You know, because, I mean, not the money or whatever it is. But I keep on saying, if there is a committee that's holding a position for so long, as long as it is, they haven't done nothing to really improve as to bring it as an organization. I coming out of the organization so I could bring people in the parliament, and I just one man. So when they couldn't do that by all the time while they gain money. So this is when we're talking about the organization that we would like to see develop. We would like to help develop it. But if it's standing up on top with a set of people who on top is like massa still controlling, because it's controlling it as a massa. And these are the things we have to look at. I just talk truth and I talk what I see in my life, and I'm looking and I'm putting no water in my mouth to say the truth. We have to buck up on ourselves as African people and come out of slavery because we still talking emancipation and we still in slavery. We have to come out of that by our own consciousness and develop organizations so we could strengthen ourselves. Thank you, brothers.
Thank you so much, member, for your contribution. Thank you so much for your contribution. And for that, I had to put President in front of the class because while he was giving his contribution, I started to think, are we really free? Are we still in bondage, boy? Are we still slaves? Is it just a different version of it? Is it just how we look at it? Because as mentioned, I mean, not to discredit any person in particular who's a part of the organization, but I mean, as the minister said, should we really look for more accountability, boy? What are we really doing when all of these monies are being transferred to them to have these events? Are we not putting something on the side to say, well, all right, we could buy 2 palleter blocks this year to start putting up our own infrastructure? What we doing for our rainy day? Do these establishments consider rainy days?
Of course.
You think
they have to? They have to, bro.
Because even the check that was released for 2024, I understand that check was only released in January of 2025.
Yeah.
So it means that obviously they would have had to find monies to be able to have the emancipation of last year.
Exactly.
And now when they get this money, they're now going to pay the debts.
Exactly. So we like to say that.
Then okay, I'm saying the debts, but is it really a debt, or is it that they had the money and it's just to fill back that empty spot that they would have taken the money? Is it that they got this stuff on credit from different vendors?
So yeah, so we can talk about other organizations and how full and how involved other organizations get with them. But then we see how this committee is being treated, and we expect them to do the same when it doesn't seem like there's also fair contribution to them, or in a timely manner, or in as supportive of a manner.
Ah, boy. So, you know, and again, it raises the question, you know, what can we do to really bring better awareness of this holiday, and the meaning behind it? What does emancipation definitely means? And and to get more persons involved in it. I mean, if you look at their calendar, right, for 2025, it started from the 25th of July, and it goes straight up to Emancipation, and they have a full calendar of activities. And to put together these sort of functions, I could only imagine how time consuming it could be.
I can tell you personally.
Putting together different themes to manage and to make sure that they are able to execute every event probably on time, and obviously finish on time, and to make sure that at the end of it, that the patrons would have an enjoyable time there.
Not even talking about the people that they invite to these events, that they accommodate in hotels across the country, because it's a week-long event and they invite all kinds of people from everywhere to take part. So yeah, it is a huge endeavor that these people undergo each and every year.
And you know, some mightn't like the truth, but the truth is that we are really our own downfall. You know,
Yep.
we really don't give that support. And then, you know, sometimes when you look at different organizations and different events, you see the support, you see the togetherness. You know, it's just sad. It is very, very sad when you look at it. Hi, good afternoon, member.
Yeah, good evening again, guys. Well, you know, we have to initiate in Trinidad in order for us to really embrace with emancipation and the African culture. All right, let me give you some examples. There are schools in Trinidad teach Hindi, teach Indian culture. Do we have any African school does the same? You don't think it's about time that the school incorporate, instead of learning Spanish alone and French, incorporate Hindi and a certain African language? I know there's many, but we could choose the most popular, so that in case Africa is developing in a lot of continents. Oil, gas,
wouldn't they say that wouldn't they say that that emancipation would fall under social studies, history?
Right, correct. But do we teach that history in school, or do we teach Christopher Columbus? Do we teach Sir Walter Raleigh? And that's always been part of the curriculum. And then we teach about the cow jump over the moon and hey diddle diddle. And this is where we need to embrace, you know. And I would
remember, you know, long me hear about the cow jump over the moon.
Yeah.
All right, remember.
You understand?
Yeah,
He diddle, yes. He diddle,
when you're
diddle.
saying that, when you say the cow jump over the moon, make sure you don't have a fat thing next year.
Oh, Lord.
Wait,
Echoes. But remember, I still putting in front of the club because you had a good point. Thank you so much.
Now there are programs and institutions that, you know, obviously give studies to these things, but I think as it pertains to a fully African school, like how there are Hindu schools,
Right.
I don't think that exists, right? There are subjects that are taught, programs and courses like at the university level, traditional spaces like at community centers and study programs, or things in primary schools, but not full-on educational institutions.
Right. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Yes, good afternoon once again.
Good afternoon.
Well, people in India and Africa and even want to learn them languages. People want to learn English. That's the language they're talking all over the world. Let me tell KFC something. KFC, I notice you like to bash black people, but I'm proud of my black people, you know. Let me ask you something. You know who won Miss Universe? Which race won Miss Universe? Who invented the pan? The other day it had a big race in the Commonwealth, a 4x400 meters, right? Watch who represent Trinidad and who win the race. All these things, these people put Trinidad on the world map, this little piece of place. It's we that design the mask, and it's we who come out with the carnival after we copy the slave masters when they used to have the carnival balls, and look what we make out of it. At one time they said Trinidad Carnival was the greatest show on earth. Who does we play in the pan? Yeah, we does even play the tassa. I don't see no Indian beating the African drum and dancing to it.
Wow.
We does dance to that music.
Ooh.
So anytime you want to bash, I could bash too. You understand? Don't be bashing your people. So we come here, we have nothing, and it have who own the funeral homes. How much Indian have funeral homes? And I could go on and on. When you go to Tobago, it's who have the hotels. Let me talk about Tobago now. Who have the guest houses? What's the size of them Tobagonian black people houses? Just watch and see now, man.
All right, thank you so much, member, for your contribution. This member trying to put me in
The views
problems.
expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
At the end of the day, there are people of advantage and disadvantage
I
in
have
all walks
seen
and spaces.
all creeds and race play tassa, drums, pan, you name it, right? So let's not do that. Let's not do that, right?
But no, she have a point. KFC need to to come with more conversation other than that.
Yeah, but you know.
That is the point she making there.
I know.
I'm
seeing Phoenix. Phoenix is saying Anderson like he hesitating to read my messages. And I only point out that because I want to tell some of these persons who love to send messages, right? Long messages. There's so much that sometimes, yes, I if you want to say I'm guilty for passing some of them, yes, because we encourage you guys send a voice notes, calling. It's kind of easier if you want to get your message across instead of
what he sent a book.
Well, he's addressing this one to Miss Arima. So Miss Arima, if that is the case, why you only hear from the Emancipation Committee only once for the year when they want money? You don't hear them for the whole year and blah blah blah. KFC is talking facts. People may not like him for what he's saying, but he talks facts. They don't even save money out of what they get yearly to even try to buy a piece of land to open a proper emancipation village. People don't like to hear the truth.
Okay, so why do we only hear about the NCC once a year? Why do we only hear about Parang once a year? Why do we only hear about Holi or Jose or Diwali or Independence or come on. You will only hear about it if it is coming up or if you decide to pay attention. These people work year round in all these organizations. They work constantly to make sure that these things happen. Not because when it comes closer to their time of year, you start to hear more about them. You feel that there's only now they start talking. Come on.
Just like a lot of other things, just as what you would have mentioned, Hashim, you literally hear about some of these things when it's coming close to the event. You hear from the committees and so forth. I think if it is, honestly, let's be honest, if every day you was hearing from NCC, every single day,
you get fed up.
At least 3 times in the month you hearing from NCC, they would be like, oh gosh, it's not carnival yet, oh gosh.
Don't say that.
Why George and them don't give we a rest? Give we a rest.
Why I hearing from Parang organization in June?
Yeah.
I don't want my brush right now, neighbor.
Right now, do you know that there are persons who have a big issue that with this Christmas in July, there are persons who are literally against this Christmas in July. Oh, it's an insult to the Catholic community to have been celebrate Christmas in July. I'm telling you,
I was coming with something else, but I didn't expect to hear Catholic community.
Yeah, the Christian community, and they say that, oh, you know, I'm celebrating it. The what is the other word they say? They hog washing the thing, they watering it down. So you know, they're always gonna have persons who are literally going to be sometimes against
these certain parties and factions of you know, that organized throughout the year.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. You know, and you know, we in our segment, and we only have like a few minutes again. But there's one that I definitely wanted to raise.
You said something happened yesterday. Not
yesterday, but you know,
you were reminded of it yesterday.
I was just reminded while having a conversation yesterday with Miss George. Good afternoon. And she reminded me of an establishment that I went, and I had to mention it. That is definitely a crime. You see, when you know fully well that you burn your chicken.
Wait.
You know when you know you burn the chicken. It's not my fault. It may not have been your fault directly, or it may, but you know that you burn the chicken. Do not put it in my box, please.
Wow.
Right? Don't give me no burnt chicken.
Wow.
Right? And I want to say good afternoon going out to the cabin. It's a fried chicken place, right? Yeah.
Whoa.
You give me burnt, literally burnt dry chicken.
Like bun up? Like charred?
Turn up. It burns.
Like the one
I won't say charred, it's not barbecue, it's fried chicken, right?
Oh wow.
But
how do you bun up fried chicken?
I don't know if he or she thought I said extra crispy, which I didn't ask for. Wow. But yes, the only thing tastes good was the fries. The chicken was horrible. It was a rainy day. So when I got the meal, I literally, I bought it in, what's that place, boy? Couva side there. Yeah, they have one of those,
is this a franchise thing, or is it?
You can say it's a franchise in it because they in San Fernando as well and some other. Anyways, that's free advertisement, and then marketing team, please contact them because I mentioned them too much already. Anyways, so I went there, purchased it, and left on my journey to South. I was on the high, and when I opened the box and I see the chicken, I was a bit skeptical, but the worst thing is when I bite it and I realize, well, wait now. But what is this?
So you couldn't feel from the time you touch it, you couldn't see that it was burned up, or feel that it was burned up.
It was just looking extra dark.
Right.
So I was like,
that's a little racist.
Probably, you know. I said probably, you know, sometimes I'd say probably the other one off, or probably this batch of chicken just got a little extra color. But it was horrible. And I was very much disappointed. That should be considered a crime. I would still take responsibility because somebody's listening and saying, "But Anderson, you're wrong. You should have go back." But if you guys know where I'm speaking about and I'm on the highway heading to South, there's no way I'm going to literally reach Claxton Bay
to turn around,
to go up on a flyover to head back down to complain about 2 pieces of burnt chicken when I have other things to do. I'm sorry, I was very much.
Somehow you have that kind of time in the day. Not Anderson.
Oh gosh, give me a chance.
Not Papa Andy. He had a client.
Papa Andy had a client that day. Yeah, I'll leave it like that. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome. Oh Lord, what is that?
Got your thoughts.
Hi, good afternoon, member. You all right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm just making sure you wasn't electrocuted.
Yeah, check. I heard.
I'll give in a little excuse here.
All right.
What is not a crime is to talk the truth and to say what you have as I know a brother who are learned from speak straight rules. So that is not a crime. You know what is a crime?
What's that?
When you're not conscious of a certain situation and you're making a statement about it. Dr. G, right, I put in this to you. That you say the committee does work all year. For who? You see, you're right, you know. They does work all year. I ask again, for who? Because, yes, they're working very hard these few days, emancipation. Yes, there's coming with all kind of little lectures and things, maybe part of the radio just hit you a little something, and I think Monday night, whatever, all of that is part of it. The truth and reaction are question, they get a piece of land. For the longest while, I heard that they get like until somebody come and look to take it away from them. All right, that alone is something to tell me something. And whole year, put on a school, put on an institute, small money, the amount of money they get a house is $100,000 and get hundreds of $1,000s. You see what I mean? So when we look at it, we cannot real development that really putting down for African people liberation. That's what we action them, you know. And we black people action, and I don't care who ministry talk about it this year, because they in for what? If it's them, they talk, we answer. We have to back up and over saying, and if we not doing it, are doing it right. Right? Jim, you make a nice point, let us work wholly. For who? That is a crime. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks for your contribution, member. You have any crime for us?
I have a couple here. This one pertains to some of the youths and them. You know, back in the days when you probably just enter secondary school, and the older students would tell you like a part of the school is haunted or something like that. You ever get them stories?
Nah.
You never get them. You never get them story.
The only haunted school I knew was during Mayfair. We used to have a haunted classroom or whatever, and you pay a certain amount of money.
Oh, like for bazaar?
Yeah.
No.
I went to a Catholic school, so we call it Mayfair. You know, and we used to have a horror room or however you want to call it.
Oh, I was actually catching horrors.
Boy, the kind of things used to happen inside a horror room. Sometimes it may not have been horror.
Sir, Mr. Speaker.
But boy,
Mr. Speaker.
The first time I see, you ever see a right, Papa?
Yeah.
Right.
It's putting more than less play.
House keys, Mr. Speaker. House keys.
Oh, right. Okay, all right.
House keys should be a crime. House keys should be a crime. having multiple house keys.
Oh Lord. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Yo, welcome again, guys.
Hi.
Hey. Listen, I hear what you say about food, the burn food. Dream. Let me give you a joke, you know. When I get married, right? My wife couldn't cook.
Wow.
Right?
Sir,
wait, let him cook.
You're on your own, eh? Go ahead.
Yes. So she makes some spaghetti and meatballs, right?
Oof.
But the spaghetti and the meatballs supposed to have color. But it's looking more yellow than anything else.
Wow.
So she take it out there. So I take a taste now. I said, yeah, baby, it tastes real good. But that time it tastes good at all, you know. Bro, I take it and I carry it by the dog.
No.
And I throw it down for the dog.
Oh boy.
No, you didn't do that.
But when the dogs smell it, I can't find the dog again.
Okay. Fast forward. She could cook better now?
Yeah. Because
okay.
you do one thing help she and stuff. Right?
Okay.
Nah. When you go kill the food, the dog take off and like the dog want to hide it in the bush, you know. Alright, guys. Look on this.
Alright, thanks.
I hope the wife don't listen to the council.
I really hope that the wife wasn't listening to the council.
At least not today.
Boy, if you was getting an empty plate when you reach home this evening, yes? Empty plate. Anyways.
So I can't cook. Okay.
Well, since Echo's thing, and I was talking about a friend that tell me about this story. He asked his significant other to make corned beef and rice.
That's a struggle. Me as we talking about
and
today,
he came home and he saw one pot on the stove.
Okay.
Yeah.
The corned beef and the rice was in the same pot?
She mixed it up together like a pilau. Call it a wallop.
How she do that?
That's how she.
No. Listen, I'm not a eater of corned beef. I'll be really honest with you. So I'm assuming she made the rice first, and then threw the corned beef in afterwards to cook.
Well, boy, I wasn't there to see exactly what went down. But as I say, I just seeing exactly what the friend told me.
It was a one pot. It was a one pot meal.
Yeah. It was the rice mixed up with the corned beef in one pot. So it was on the stove.
It sounds like corned beef pale out to me.
Anyways, I know that based on information, no one was hurt.
Okay, well that's good. That's good.
The person that need the food, it was given to a dog, so no food wasn't wasted. It was given to a dog.
Okay.
But to the person that created that dish, good afternoon going out to Univision. I hope that you're having a great afternoon. Yes, and that is a crime, a huge crime. Just spoiling the whole thing of corned beef and rice.
Wow.
Now, I just said good afternoon to her, but she could have told me the story that it probably happened to a friend of hers. I don't know. Right,
It's just the story. That was the storyteller. He was greeting them. Okay.
What I'm saying is that I want to be able to go home in peace, love and harmony, and enjoy whatever meal is served to me. I don't know about echoes and horrors. You understand? He could dig a horrors if he wants.
You had to sniff that plate. Just sniff the plate before any. I don't need to get a call off sick leave tomorrow. Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
You're going back there with this sweat thing, eh?
I didn't say nothing.
You have experience.
I said nothing with. I said had nothing to say about sweat.
You have experience.
I said nothing about sweat. I ain't had nothing in that department.
As a new Obia voodoo man, I don't have any intentions to really go down that road, right? But again, at least this afternoon, what I could tell the world, what I could tell all Caribbean people today, as I give you guys free of charge service right now, is that at least this evening, you would not have to see West Indies lose another game because there's no more games. There's no more games until the 31st of July when we get ready for Pakistan. And what happened is that I'm getting a lot of calls right now, even on my new WhatsApp number as well, on my hotline. Papa Anderson.
That's 645 Papa, by the way.
Nice, very good. Where persons are actually asking me to predict what will happen with the first game with Pakistan. Some are even asking me if it is that I could do something for the West Indies. I've tried to get some ingredients from Amazon. I'm still waiting to see exactly if I could get all the ingredients. They have gangrene candle.
Really?
Yeah. But I'll tell you how that works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I don't want to let out all the secrets.
Because I feel. Listen, you can't just let go the tools of the trade,
At all.
Otherwise,
at all.
The community will do for you.
At all. And I must say, to Mr. Lahoketa, thanks for giving me this great marketing name. Papa Anderson, and I'm out there now going to secure great deals, not only for myself, but for my nation. Instead, I am going to emancipate my people. Because now,
I just expect a short prediction for CPL. That's all. That's all I need.
Hi, good afternoon, member.
Good afternoon, DJ Anderson.
Afternoon again, KFC.
Your phone next door there, you want good conversation. You want me to make a better contribution. That's what KFC is. KFC, let's talk real. Some people might not like it. If you want to really talk about emancipation, about yourself, you could go up there. Try to get some about emancipation and go back to the house and go hear real talk. I not turn that, boy. I gone.
So, but KFC, you mentioned something there that kind of had confused. You said if he wants real talk and good conversation, you tell him to go by Bali's house.
Okay.
I find that strange because why would you send him there somewhere that you don't like at all?
But I'll take his directive and go and see if they're talking anything over there. Anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for us today. You know, the third umpire is coming up next.
And I still don't want to hear nothing about the cricketer being.
But hey, maybe you can ascertain some keywords.
This open a business for me. So
yeah,
let me be more
put on your Papa Andy cap. Put on your Papa Andy cap, because you might hear some words that you could use in your rituals later.
Yeah, but they should still
to help.
Please, Ronaldo, please, I'm begging you all. No words like out, no ball, wide.
Stay away from the number 4 and 6.
And stay away from, and don't mention nothing about Australia, because if you all mention anything about Australia at all, I'm passing you all the street. I'm done.
Till tomorrow, guys.
Yeah,
you know.
Same time, same place, right here on the Street 919 FM. The third umpire, they up next, and they take you straight to 7 with very interesting conversation. So you guys keep it locked to the Street 919 FM.
Love,
Do not
light, and to its
switch
light.
your station at all. How we just play this out again? Watch audio beer. Watch audio beer this week, eh?
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
Attention business owners. Are you looking to reach a vast audience and boost your brand's visibility? Then look no further. The Street 919 FM is here to help you shine. With over 170,000 followers on our social media platforms, our radio station is the perfect platform to showcase your products and services. Join us and let your message be heard by thousands of eager listeners. Contact us now to learn more about our affordable advertising packages. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to connect with your target audience. Advertise with the Street 919 FM today. For more information, call 399-5959 or 384-2232.
You want to find something great to do with your Tuesday nights? You want to learn and understand the true reason for Jesus? Then join us every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. for the program, This Same Jesus, the program that puts Jesus in his rightful place in our hearts and in our homes. Let's bring church home to you. Join us every Tuesday nights from 8 to 9 p.m. with your hosts, Kempes and Kevin. Be inspired, be blessed right here on the Street 91.9 FM.